Next hour, Battlestar Galactica. No, Airwolf.
Welcome to the 232nd hour of Adventures.
Yay! Round of applause.
All okay, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Just a couple of things for you guys before we get started. This performance, in case you couldn't tell, like all our performances, is a relaxed performance. What that means is that the lights stay exactly like this. We have been experiencing some issues with the battery tail lights. They might go off, but if that does happen, these two lights will stay on. We're never going to pull back out, and I'll fix them as quickly as possible. We also aren't expecting any sudden loud noises during the performance, but there will be music for atmospheric purposes. And we have a relaxed attitude towards sound and movement from our audience for the benefit of those who are unable to sit still or be silent for a full hour. On that note, if at any point you do feel like you need a break or a breather, you can use the seated area just to the right of the door you came in by, and we welcome you back into the show at any point during the hour if you do decide you need to leave. I'm Naomi, I'm the stage manager for today. If you need anything, let me know. I'll be right over there. Give me a wave or come over, and if it's something I can help you with, I will. I have hearing loop headsets available for people who need them. Other than that, I'm going to pass over to Chris, who is our...
Hello!
Hey.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this lovely Sunday morning. So, Adventurers Wanted, what are we doing here? We're playing a tabletop role-playing game, guys. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's totally fine. We're here to explain. The people to my left and right are players, and they play characters. They play characters in a universe that I control. And to make sure I don't abuse my awesome power, we use dice rolls to make sure that things are random, unpredictable, and faintly hilarious. We use 20-sided dice for most rolls, which means that a 20 is particularly good and a 1 is particularly bad. You will hear numbers being shouted out, so that's what those mean generally. We have 231 hours of backstory. So, yeah, you're coming in like right at the end of the season, like just before the big stuff happens, right at the end. So I'm going to try and catch you up to this point. But please, at any point during the hour, players, audience, on the stream with the chat, we have playing live to the internet as well. If you have any questions or you are confused, throw them in. There is no problem with that. It is a relaxed performance, as Naomi said, so we're happy to have input from the room, and we certainly appreciate it. We don't want anyone to feel lost. I will try and give you the Cliff Notes version in the time being, but if it's too quick or you're stuck, again, jump right in. So, the players in this game are crew members of the naval research vessel, the Spirit of the Horizon. The Spirit of the Horizon was teleported from its home plane when they found a magical stone tablet in a temple to an unspeakable evil. However, removing said tablet unleashed the unspeakable evil, and they had to cast the spell on the tablet to get away, which transported them to a strange new world. They've been in this strange new world, Havmar, for 2 months of game time. It's one of those rare instances where the game time is longer than the actual playing time. And they have managed to find a similar stone tablet in this world. And they're trying to get home, so they're trying to collect all these pieces and make it all fit together. But they were all stolen by a friend of the ship, a sorceress called Candle, who is currently holding these stone pieces in a chamber underneath a floating city. So underground, floating city. I think the scale there is clear, but just in case anyone's wondering. She is in a room with a blue orb, one of these blue orbs that holds the city up as she has these pieces arrayed around her and is trying to make sense of them. This is the point when the party are going to appear next to her via a teleportation spell, a remnant from the thing that first sent them here in the first place. At the end of it all, for the final countdown. Yes?
You said she's underground in a floating city.
Yeah.
Isn't that just the ground?
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Just
Floating city is on ground. Ground is floating in the floaty bit.
Okay, so we're not just like on the ground.
Nope.
Because if it's just
Have you seen Avengers Age of Ultron?
It's fine. I'm sorry. I was just
it's that blatant rip-off. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah.
I was wondering if it was above the ground, in the ground, or under the ground.
Well, like the Wombles.
Yeah.
Look, guys, I wrote it, I will be honest, but I also, can't talk. So it's not helpful.
I mean, all we've got to do to win this thing is just clean up some rubbish. Is that where we're at
No.
now?
We've got the
Got the cleaner with us, so that's good. I'm going to ask people to go around the table and everyone introduce themselves and their character and what's been happening to them over the last couple of hours, so you're sort of up to speed with them. And then we'll dive straight into the party appearing in said room with Candle to complete the mission. Starting on my right.
Hi, my name is Oz, and I'm playing the part of Bellastrape. She is a sorcerer of basically magical artillery for the ship, and she is also a devotee to the Olympic pantheon. She reveres the Greek gods, and has a very specific way of praying to them, which we'll come to.
It's brilliant. It's really funny.
I'm Chloe. I'm playing Relora, who is the ship's captain. Until very recently, she was the commander of the ship. But then, during a fight with a giant spider, a spell went awry, and she accidentally teleported the captain back to their home plane completely on his own. So some crew members might not respect her as captain. She's also just been doing various things, such as casting a very risky spell, which thankfully didn't send her insane, to contact a god on their home plane who has told her that yes, the previous captain is there, yes, their war that they were fighting is over, but no, the captain is not safe. So she's feeling great right now about everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Hello, my name's Ian, and I am playing as Brother Jurgen, who is a cleric of, in this plane, a god of hedonism, who I like to call Pat.
It's not his name, Ian. It's never been his name.
It's a nice name, but I can't pronounce his proper name, so
Fine.
It is. Also chief morale officer on board the ship, and recently quite a decent sideline in bringing people back from the dead and also restoring tiny man testicles. More on that later.
Well, I think that segues perfectly into...
So, hi, my name's Reese. I'm playing Galbert Twinkletoes, the halfling monk.
Not so halfling anymore.
In
Wow.
order,
Wow.
One would
Born.
say a fooling.
born, raised, made a eunuch, become a cleaner on a ship, made the quartermaster, died, brought back to life, discovered his testicles came back.
I'm very good at what I do.
What you do isn't very
promoted
nice,
to
though, is it?
Commander, which he's dealing with really well. Power will not go to his head.
I might go for it.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Elsinore, an elf wizard. I've literally just arrived, so I like the idea that I was studying in my room and then I'm suddenly teleported. I think my role in this ship is like a scribe, cleric.
Scribe, cleric, sure.
Yeah.
What colour's your shirt, buddy?
What colour is my shirt?
Yeah.
It is black.
Black.
Because
Oh.
that's
Red.
the most
It's not red,
colourful
it's black.
Yeah, red.
elf colour.
Black is the most colourful elf colour.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
well known.
Right, I need everyone's dexterity scores, please. Can we start with you on the end, please, Elsinore?
Is 16.
16, thank you.
18.
Thank you.
12.
12, thank
Because
you.
even in this fantasy realm, I can't do PE.
15.
15.
11.
11. That is someone slower than you.
Yeah, that's not going to last.
It's all right. We're not diving straight into combat, just so I have it. You appear in this gigantic room. Now, you know, and you have been told, and the party has been made aware, and the ship has been made aware, that you are making your way through the bowels of this city to try and get to Candle, your erstwhile friend, who stole this important tablet that you need to get home. All the pieces are now together, so as long as you can fit them together, you can go home now. She has taken them all. She is in a chamber underneath the city. It's very large, and there's a blue gigantic orb in the center of it that you've been told holds the city up. You all appear with this golden teleportation energy swirling around you as you appear in this room next to her. She jumps up, looking around her. What do you do?
Hello.
Look as cool as possible. It's like, whoa!
What are you doing?
Have I ever seen this person before in my life?
No,
I looked at the captain.
you're new to this, Bella.
Can I immediately? I don't have to wait for any kind of.
No? Do
Okay,
you want to have a chat with her before you stop shooting at her?
I want a whole person.
Okay. Roll that.
Chat, but I'm on a person.
What do I roll to not be held?
Is it wisdom?
Wisdom saving throw.
I mean, she's probably quite wise, but here's hoping for bad throws.
Well, it's all right. She rolls with advantage.
Okay,
18.
damn it. One above my DC.
She holds her hand out, and as the spell washes over her and she's not affected, she goes, wait.
Wait for what?
I need this.
I'm sorry, exactly why do you need this? I have a ship full of people who need this, and who have spent their time and their effort, and in some cases, given their lives to get it.
So have mine. Fine.
Who on earth has been working with you? Who is with you?
Me and my friends have been collecting these pieces for years. And then you came along. Oh, you've got this special mission, getting yourselves back home. Do you think you're alone in this world in needing this kind of magic?
I'm sorry, in what way have you been collecting them? Because we have been getting these from underground temples and such like. You've hardly been keeping them in the same place, have you?
We had 2. It took us that long to discover that this even existed.
And yet you want to stake some kind of claim over us.
And we did it in 2 months.
Yeah, you're a bit shit, mate.
Do you have any idea how much research, how much time went into this?
I do not care about your research or about your time. Why on earth do you think you need it?
This teleports things, right? That's what this does? It's a teleportation magic?
As far as we've led to believe, we're here.
Do you think I like growing up in a city like this? Do you think this city is a good place? All magic in this universe is held in this one city. I was born here. I am the first child born here in hundreds of years.
You have yet to say anything that is of interest or worth to me.
We could take you with us if you want to escape.
To go where exactly? To your world? As far as I understand it, some ancient god is ravaging it. Why on earth would I want to go there?
It's
Makes a good point, yeah.
Why do we want
This-
to
why are we going?
This city. You've seen how they. You are female, yes? You've seen how they treat us here. My mother died and wasn't given the chance to be resurrected because she's a woman. Do you have
Our crew
any
members
idea?
have died.
So have my friends, so has my mother. This matters to me as much as it matters to you.
What are you going to do with it?
Well-
I don't see how you will use it.
I will bring the city down. I will move the city back down. It's 5 miles up.
Why
If
do you need the tablet for that? I've heard that these orbs are what hold it up.
You want to... Okay, there are 2 options here. Either we find some way of teleporting this entire city of wizards to the ground, or we crack these orbs and it falls. The resulting explosion would kill most of the Caldera beneath us, if not all of it, and probably decimate about half the world. I don't want that either. It's the first thing I considered.
You don't want a world decimated. We need to get back to our world to stop it being decimated.
Well, is there any way we can do both? What happened to the tablet you guys used?
Well, it's back on the ship, and it's inert,
So it can only be cast once.
from my understanding, from what we've seen.
Well then. Everyone make perception checks? Perception.
Yeah, I see all the things. 22.
22. Sweet.
23.
23. Pipped. 17.
23.
23. Pipped again.
Also,
Alice, what did you get?
15.
15. Never mind. Yes.
I'm also never taking my eyes off her because previously when we've done that, she's
She is a very powerful sorcerer, that is
I'm-
true.
I'm doing like tennis watching between captains.
so angry with
There is a loud banging on the ceiling. Everyone hears it because you're rolled above a 10, because that's how loud it is. There is a loud banging that seems... It's been ongoing this entire time. A very deep, dull thud.
Is it rhythmical?
It is relatively rhythmical, but you get the sense it's more something trying to break in rather than anything
Okay.
else.
Lightning dances between my fingers.
Mhm.
That's why I prepared to do goodness knows what.
Mm-hmm.
I look up and step in an opportune place.
As you look up, you see that this entire cavern that you're in is rimmed with blue crystals. Make an Arcana check, wizard.
16 plus 9, which is a large number.
25.
25. Maths. 25. These crystals seem to be made out of the same structure as the orb in the center of this room, and they glow with a similar light. You get an arcane sense that they may be connected in some way. Oh.
I say that out loud.
Guys, Elsinore had a point to make.
The crystals rimming the outside of their roof might be connected to the big crystal in the center.
Emma says, yeah, that
Elsinore looks like he's really intelligent for saying this.
kind of looks at you with a kind of, yeah. Duh.
It's just a concept of crystal rimming.
Oh god.
So does it seem like something is trying to break through the ceiling?
It does.
I'm Captain, permission to take action, looking up at the ceiling,
What action are you planning on taking?
to prepare to destroy whatever comes through the ceiling.
Let's not jump to conclusions. I mean, it could be anything. It could be.
Prepare.
The banging continues, getting stronger.
Okay.
Oh.
Maybe we should
Getting
start
louder.
spread around the room.
Boom!
Prepare
The whole
to-
place starts to shake.
Prepare to immobilize rather than outright destroy.
Okay.
Can I cast Blade Barrier at where it might emerge?
Sure. Describe your blade barrier.
I don't know. It's a blade barrier.
Excellent.
It's a
Barrier
barrier
of
of
blades.
blades.
Barrier of blades.
Well done.
Splendid. Tell me about how you cast the spell and what kind of blades are in it while I check the actual technical difficulties.
Sure.
I've got it.
I think it's mainly muttering.
Mhm.
I like the idea that there's some sort of like air writing involved.
Muttering and air writing. Gotcha.
And the blades are like little whirly things.
Mhm.
What's those things?
Shurikens?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Lots of almost like clockwork interlocking
Oh, cogs.
gears of blades
Cool.
That's terrifying.
floating in the air.
I like it.
It's 100 feet long, 20 feet high, and 5 feet thick. Describe where you'd like it in this room.
That's
Um,
big.
can I see where the banging
It's a dome. It's sort of a dome shape, very much
Yeah.
above you.
is any of the dome moving?
The banging is so loud and so big that it seems to be filling the entire dome.
Okay, I'll just cast it above us.
Just above you.
No, the party, you know.
Sort of a hoop above the
As
party.
large as I can make it above the party.
It's a hoop above the party. You can all stand underneath this dome of whirling horribleness, or you can step out of the way, or would everyone like to do?
I'm going to step to the side of it.
I'm going to step to the side, and what I would like to do is prepare to cast Hold Monster on whatever comes through there. So
You prepared it, so you readied it.
yeah. So
Super, no problem.
Between my fingers, there's like sort of Doctor Strange-esque shapes and stuff.
Ooh. Ooh, I
yeah.
like it, and it's ready. Holding it. Galbert, are you underneath the blade barrier, or are you out?
Yes, I am underneath the blade barrier.
Laura?
I am standing next to Renora,
Mm-hmm.
staring at Cat.
Sweet. And you stepped out of the way.
I stepped out the way and
Jürgen.
I've done my classic cast Shield of Faith. Boom.
Mhm.
Ready.
What's your AC?
It's now 24.
24. That's very high, guys. That's very high. What's yours?
Yes.
17. Excellent. 16.
I'm going to die.
Spellcaster.
But it's okay, because I'll get you back. It's fine if I've got an hour.
At this, the roof caves in. Pieces of this crystal fall in, and the entire thing smashes around you as a whirling, cold, blistering wind swirls into the cavern around you. And all of you to make Constitution saving throws, please.
I shout out to Kendall, what is this?
My luck.
She responds genuinely, I don't know.
16?
16?
21.
21?
10.
10?
19.
19?
12.
12. The two wizards take 5 points of cold damage as this cold air swirls around. There's no open flames, so unfortunately there's no flames that can be dramatically swept out, but if there were, they would be.
My spell randomly involved a small flame.
Oh, sorry, it's gone. Oh, no.
That
And it was
one-
really dramatic.
that
There we
one
go.
burning knife.
As this happens, everyone make perception checks, please.
16.
16.
See through space and time.
Natural success.
15.
It's a 20.
9.
9, 15,
26.
26. Everyone above 10, so better not you. Cold. Sees a gigantic silver dragon poke its head through the ceiling and crash its way through. Galbert, you rolled a 20.
Yep.
You can see behind it, above this room is the council chamber of Clathid, a room you have been in many times. This is directly beneath it. A fissure has been made by this dragon into this room. Beneath. The crystals it has shattered through fall to the floor around you. Those standing under the blade barrier are fine. Those who are not standing under the blade barrier take 3 points of damage as crystalline structures smash around you, digging into you, sharp edges. and the blue energy of the orb wavers slightly, and the whole room, and you get a sense the whole island wobbles slightly.
That's disconcerting.
Am I able to hold this dragon?
Are you casting your whole person on the dragon?
Yes.
It's a whole
The
monster, isn't it?
whole monster.
What's the dragon rolling against?
It's
Wisdom.
wisdom 17.
Wisdom of 17. Well, I know what my positive modifier is. Yeah, sorry, no effect whatsoever. As the dragon, he swoops in, lands on the ground, and looks at the tablet, at Candle, at you, at the orb, and says, "Told you I'd find another way in."
Oh, you. But
Would anyone like to make a history check to reveal what they discovered last night and the audience may not know about?
Yes, I will do that. That's a 22.
18, 22,
14.
14.
I
You don't know.
history.
It appears that this is the child emperor, Peliel, of this city, who you've only ever seen as a 10-year-old boy. Apparently, that was not his real form. No one was surprised. He was very smart for a 10-year-old. He looks around at the room,
Are we smart?
looking at all of you. So this is the mystical tablet, is it? Anyone?
No.
I may be old. I'm not a moron.
Then why did you ask?
Dramatic effect. Look, I'll be taking this now. Thank you very much for all your efforts.
Wait,
Wait, what?
Exactly where are the pieces of the tablets?
They are scattered around Candle's feet. She's been trying to place them together. She's managed to put them all into the right shape, but it doesn't appear the magic's working. They are currently by her feet. He is around this room. He's gargantuan. I mean, he is humongous. He fills a good third of this room entirely on his own. And this wind is still swirling around him. You get the sense it comes from him.
Can I cast, if I ever cast hallucinatory terrain,
Yes,
can I see what is the hallucinatory terrain? And
You
what is
can.
real?
you can, yes.
Can I cast hallucinatory terrain on the floor so it looks like there's tons of tablet pieces scattered around?
I also have a spell called Mirror Image.
I think that could
Is
be
that
you.
just person?
probably
Is that on
you.
you?
Hang on, that's just on you. I'm just checking hallucinatory terrain because that's a really, really novel use of a very cool spell.
I think it's a concentration.
You make natural terrain look, sound, and smell like some other sort of natural terrain. First line of the spell.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a very cool use of the spell. It also wouldn't affect him.
Oh, good. I do not have that spell.
Thank you, audience.
Relora has some. The audience suggested major image, doesn't have it. So while Relora thinks about her options, the dragon moves over and starts putting its hand round the pieces, and Candle casts a spell at him, and he is rebuffed immediately. It looks like it was supposed to hit him, but it actually just did a little bit of damage, nothing major. As she does this, you note a shield floats by her head. Everyone make Arcana checks.
Yay.
Natural 20.
Natural 1, crit fail, so halfling luck.
21.
21,
25.
25,
14.
14.
2.
The magical, the
One
magical
and a
amongst
two.
you. The
I rolled
magical
a
amongst
3
you.
with a modifier of -1.
The magical amongst you. For some reason, the divine cleric, as much as, if not more, because it's a 20. Note that this spell seemed to appear out of nowhere, and she didn't cast it. It just happened. It just happened because she cast a spell.
I say that out loud.
She says, "Yes, my magic works in mysterious ways. Thank you. This is not yours. This is
Candle-
mine."
Candle right now, the enemy of my enemy, as it were. We can deal with that, and then we'll talk again.
Deal with that. This is the ruler of Clafford. I've known all along that he was a dragon. I'm fine with that. But he can't have the tablet.
Well, then
No
let's fix that then.
He looks at all of you and goes, "You would fight me? I'm one of the most powerful creatures in this universe."
We're not from this universe, bitch. Go to tunnel screen.
Damn!
I step slightly away from the sorcerer.
He looks at you all with a kind of, "It doesn't matter to me if you're from here, there, or anywhere. I have spent the last 2,000 years trying to contact my god, the Platinum Dragon, for no success. If this is how I get to meet him, then this is how I will go. don't try and stop me. Candle's currently holding him at bay. They're very much in deadlock. What do you guys want to do?
Can I conjure minor elementals?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking if we have something small that can like nick the tablets and then get them to us.
You get to make a choice of what type of elemental they are.
Yeah, what would you like? What kind of elementals would you like to conjure?
I think it has to be like air elementals.
It's
Right?
getting more and more like the Beano.
Yeah. In fact, I produce a small flute and start playing.
I mean, cool. This will... Okay. Elsinore produces a small flute, plays a little ditty, and suddenly the air around him, certain points seem to almost thicken as if the air is more fulsome somehow, and these pieces start flowing towards the tablet. Right. At this point, I think we're going to enter initiative because we're all going to start doing stuff and it's not going to be pleasant.
no.
Right. Air elementals. How fast are you?
Is there something more sneaky than air
Well, I mean,
shadow?
there aren't shadow elementals. There are smoke elementals, weirdly enough. But
Hey man, love the smoke. Right, you have conjured small air elementals. They have that, so they get to go first. And cool, we're ready to go. The air elementals fly out. What do you want them to do? You can command them.
Pick up tablet pieces and take them back to us.
Cool, they are the fastest things here, so they fly towards, and these 5 tiny air elementals all pick up the tablet pieces in front of them. At which point, the dragon beats its wings. Everyone make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I'm not. I'm about as dexterous as a brick in a sink.
9.
16.
16,
27.
27,
I'm
he's so light on
concentrating
his
hard
feet.
on the flute, so I only got 4.
4,
11.
11. The 3 of you
Oh
take...
wait, no, that's a critical failure, my friend. You
Oh,
don't
yeah.
add anything to it.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
It still hurts.
It still hurts.
Still hurts. You both take 16, or you 3 take 16 points of damage. You are buffeted to the floor by this strong, powerful smash of the wings, and the dragon lifts up on this wing blast as it smashes up. The elementals all failed their saving throws and are all smashed to the floor by this power, and the blocking just crushes them all flat against the floor. They are all taken out. Galbert, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh my.
Yup.
Wow.
Endgame, baby.
Let's. You wanna know something funny, Emperor? I was dead about an hour ago, and I leap and go to punch him on the nose with a stunning strike.
You are punching a dragon on the nose.
Yeah.
Where else would you punch it?
I don't know. I mean, it's a dragon. It's freaking gigantic.
Is that a bit like Guardians
Sorry?
of the Galaxy 2 just going, oh!
Cooper Snoot. Before you do, how high can you jump?
Vertically up.
Yeah, you're 3 foot tall.
I'm 3 foot tall, but I mean, if we want to be pedantic about
He
it,
just flapped his wings and literally just said it, flew up.
how much of the dome is left?
At the top, there's a fissure in the top, but there's plenty around the edges.
Okay, so using my natural monk prowess, I run towards the dome, begin to make my way up until I'm above him, and I drop down fist first.
This is a big old dome. It'll take you a turn to do that.
I have 50 foot of movement.
It's a big dome.
Big dome. Alright, in that case, I'll use one of my key points
Yep.
to dash as a bonus action.
Yep.
Will I get to him?
Yep.
Bring it on.
Start burning up those key points, buddy. That's all I want.
Yeah, I know. And then this is a
Slightly more upbeat combat music now. This is a bit sort of, big
doom
things.
and gloom.
There we are.
So I come in with my first punch.
Do it.
That's a. Oh, that's actually okay. That's a 19 to hit.
Does not hit.
Oh, what?
19 does not hit the dragon.
Sweet
Your first
baby
punch, you
Jesus.
land on its head and tunk! It's covered in armor, my friend. You're using your fists.
I immediately regret this decision.
I come in with another fist.
Sure.
That better hit. That's a 31.
Yeah, that
Whoa.
definitely gets through.
That would have been terrifying.
Exactly.
Okay,
This
so
one gets it like right in the nose. Like, as you actually go inside.
another stunning strike, so
My con saving throw.
yes please, and that would be...
I just looked at my constitution score. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
Oh,
Nope.
you're telling me it beats the 17?
Yeah, with
Okay.
consummate ease.
That's 6 plus 7 is 13 bludgeoning damage.
Oh no!
Bludgeoning damage.
I just realised my fatal flaw as I end my turn on this creature's snout.
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna relish every second of them. Thank you. As you land on the great silver dragon's nose, try and hit it twice. You have a third strike. Oh no, you dashed. You
I
don't.
dashed with
You
my
don't have a
bonus
third
action.
strike
I don't
because you
have a third
dashed.
strike.
That's a shame. You've taken 13 points of damage, not even 1% of its hit points. It's gonna
Wait,
be a fun hour,
Wait,
guys.
what?
Elsinore, it is your turn. You've seen your halfling friend punch it in the nose.
Oh,
How do you
God.
want to help him not die?
I've got Dominate Monster, but I feel that's not going to work.
You can try it.
That's
You can try anything in this game once.
Go on. Yeah, let's go for that.
Dominate monster, which I believe lets you control the actions of a monster if it fails a saving throw.
That sounds brilliant.
Which saving throw is it?
I believe it's cool.
Wisdom. Well, I will roll for it. I have advantage because they're currently in combat with it. Always read your spells. Yeah.
Can we get a spell book over here?
I'm afraid that does not work, Elsinore. Also, Dominate Monster.
Oh, sorry. Thanks.
Dominate Monster is a concentration spell, so your Blade Barrier also comes down.
Oh, well. It's through it anyway.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
book of spells.
at this point, that happened. Relora, Elsinore has just tried to do something and has dropped your defenses.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
I would like to polymorph.
Sure.
I am just figuring out what I'm polymorphing into.
How about a giant teen dragon?
T-Rex,
No,
T-Rex,
no, T-Rex.
T-Rex.
She's done T-Rexes before.
I've done T-Rexes before, and that became an awkward party piece when the other captain got drunk.
Is there anything like, you know, like elephants are scared of like mice? Is there anything dragons are really scared of?
Adventurers.
That's the one thing they're not scared
Strangely,
of.
the Swiss.
Ages going.
No,
through
Cooker
kind of-
Clogs, my one
I
weakness.
know.
So,
They really hate neutrality.
Below 10 is that. Okay. And I can polymorph into anything that's the same challenge rating as me or lower, right?
As long as it's a beast.
So dragons count as beasts.
No, they count as dragons.
What counts as a beast? Because I've just spent the last 10 minutes searching dragons.
Can I see the list of things that you want to adore dragons?
Yeah, they were all dragons because I was just looking at the stuff that was the highest.
I'm going to
possible
suggest
things.
that, okay, yeah, you are, the highest thing you can, biggest thing you turn to is a T-Rex. Generally speaking, beasts are natural things that have or do exist in the universe as creatures.
Or mammoths.
Mammoth is an option, yeah.
Right.
Brontosauruses are options. Triceratops. Dinosaurs are generally the really big ones.
Giant turtle thing.
I'm
You could
just,
turn into a giant turtle, but it wouldn't be much use in a room above ground. Above.
I
Listen, I
can't get.
just.
All I need is a list of beasts in CR order, and I can't find them.
I will find you one. Do you want to take an action that's different from this on this turn while I do that for you?
No, she really wants to just polymorph. Okay, no. Oh, can I get in a position where he is the only thing? Keep in mind he's massive in a 60-foot cone.
No, he's on his nose.
No, but like, is he not very tall?
He is. He's on his nose. It's a 60-foot cone.
And if I aimed the cone slightly at the floor, so
You-
Or at his back.
Yeah, aim at
Yeah.
the dragon's butt. Like, that would work.
He's flying in front of you. Rah! There's a little
thank
guy
you
going
so
boop
much,
boop
Leo.
on his nose.
Thank you.
I've gone to the top for you.
Yes.
It's a list of beasts, guys.
That's just too high for me. What on earth is this thing?
Well,
That looks
you
good.
won't have seen it, so.
Oh, I won't have seen it. So I so it's that.
T-Rex is literally the biggest. on
T-Rex
this
is the
one.
biggest thing you can polymorph into.
Really
She
annoying.
is just one level away from becoming a ginormous squirrel.
That is indeed a D&D monster, the ginormous squirrel. It is. Oh, get me right on this. You know. Is it 100-foot tall?
Okay.
That's it.
I know
yeah.
what I do. I use my bonus action to give Galba inspiration.
Cool. What'd you play him?
I don't even play. I just say, you know that I believe in you.
Oh.
I give him inspiration.
It's going to be really
And
sad when he dies now.
because she's still going through what to polymorph
Bring
into.
it on.
We know how this has gone before.
Yep.
We know why I'm giving you inspiration. Prismatic spray on it. I gave you inspiration for a reason.
What? I mean, okay, out of game for a second. I've been following this on Twitter for the last week, and every time
never gone back.
one of you has done this, people be dying.
If there's no wizard captain, the wizard is not. No one else can.
That's a very nerdy rule point, but yes, that is correct.
Also, I did teleport a giant spider to the ethereal plane, so you're welcome.
Roll a d8.
Okay.
Oh, I swear to God, if I end up on a plane of existence where it's just me and a giant spider, then I am not going to be happy.
Okay, it needs to make. Has it made a dex save?
It has not.
Do I have to make a dex save?
Yes.
Do well, you tiny man.
25.
That's quite dexterous.
You're fine.
I'm using one of my legendary resistances.
Not
Yes.
affected.
Yes, burn those legendary resistances.
Only
No,
54
I'm
more
affected.
to go.
It's 10d6 lightning damage halved to me, and it's halved to him as well.
I have evasion. I take no damage.
Sod it. I take 5d6 lightning damage. Can you roll it for me, please?
Why did you say 5 to 6?
Because it's halved, because I've made the saving throw.
10? Oh, 5. Yes, sorry.
Hang on. What do I do with lightning? No, I'm good. It's going really well. I can tell from the dice rolls. Numbers are really high.
13.
13 points of damage.
Hey, that did as much as my punch.
Hey, buddy, we're a team!
Woohoo! And if it had gone wrong, it could have sent him all over the shop. Yeah, but it didn't.
No, if it had gone right, it could have. This is the equivalent of going wrong.
I take.
Okay, and I use my movement
Yes.
to.
Yes.
Where is it looking?
Where's it looking?
Yeah, where is it looking?
It's currently looking at the tablet pieces because it wants them, and there's also something on its nose.
It's just like, so it's just cross-eyed, like.
No, one eye's there, the other's looking down. It's almost like it's aware there's something there and going, I don't give a toss. It hit me in the nose, and it didn't even hurt.
Okay, I just want to basically stand in the tablet pieces.
You want to protect that in front of them, between him and them?
No to the side of them. But if he ever looks away, I'm readying myself to grab one.
So you're standing next to Candle. You and Candle are staying next to these pieces. She's currently warding off a claw that's right there. There's a
Yeah.
shield floating around her. He's flying over the top. Galbert's on his nose. Jurgen!
Right. Okay.
Love it. 1 round of combat, 40 minutes in.
How far
Yeah.
away from me is the dragon?
20 feet.
20 feet.
Aye.
And how big is the room?
Pretty big.
From one side, so we're at one end. How far is it to the other end of the room?
It's about 100 feet.
Okay, right, okay, fair enough, right. So, here's what I'd like to do.
Yes, sir.
I would like to cast a level 8 flame strike
Okay.
on the dragon in such a way that it is angled so that it is, or is far enough back that it hits the dragon but avoids our tiny friend on its face.
What is the range on a flame
The
strike?
range is 60 feet.
What is the width?
The radius is a 10-foot radius.
10 feet? It's just like...
Yeah, it's a 10-foot radius, so it's like 20. So it's a 20 foot,
20 foot
diameter.
circumference.
So let me
10
do
foot
just
diameter,
so
yeah.
if I cast it, so it's 20 feet away from me.
Yes.
So if I cast it
Math
30
is hard.
foot,
You can definitely take it. You can definitely cast this like spotlight of doom
yeah.
away from where he is.
Yeah,
I'm no problem with
okay,
that. Go on.
that's fine, yeah, okay.
Make your attack. What is it, an attack roll?
Yes. So yes, no, it's it's an instantaneous. You have to make a
Dexterity.
saving throw, and you will take half damage if you make it.
What's your spell DC?
The spell DC is 17.
Half damage, but go ahead.
Okay, fair enough. So it's well, I suppose then it's 6d6.
66.
66, so 3d6 of fire and 3d6 of.
Radiant.
D6.
It's
I am
good,
equally
so
affected
here.
by both, so whatever you
okay,
want.
So 6 and 3.
9.
No, yeah, no, I'm splitting them up as I go, so I'm doing one for one and one for the other. 6 and 5. And
One of each.
4 and 3. So 6, 12, 16
Mhm.
points of fire damage,
Mhm.
and 3, 8, 11 points of radiant damage.
So 27 in total.
Yeah.
It burns into him. I mean, to say he's not bothered is putting it lightly.
Great.
It's
That
like
was my big thing.
I know. I know it
Did
was.
you only roll 3?
No, it's
6. He rolled 6.
I rolled 2 plus of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was doing half and half.
Yup. That seems to have done not a lot, but you are slowly chipping away at this bag of hit points. Bella, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna. Is it less than 30 feet away from me? Like, what can I move?
You can very easily move within it, absolutely.
Do I know that dragons have breath weapons generally?
I would think that it was pretty obvious.
Can I stay away from the rest of everybody else so
Yeah.
we're not clustered together?
Around the tablet pieces, like everyone currently is.
Pretty much.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. And I'm
Oh, I
gonna,
forgot to move.
Oh, where'd I go?
Away from the tablet pieces.
Make an intelligence check. I was smart enough to do that before I said it.
make a cheeky check.
Take a cheeky check.
Yeah, okay. What was the intelligence check?
Yeah.
6. 8.
I think you're standing where you were standing, mate. That's what's happened there. Good.
So, before I cast a spell, I'm going to say a little prayer, because it's quite important that I get the
Absolutely.
power of Zeus.
Absolutely.
I'm coming to you live from the creepy crystal cave, and the situation is strained. Hi, Zeus. Can we come to you with the weather? We're getting a strong, chill wind coming in from a dragon. and what we're looking to see right now is some lightning. Get your shawls ready. Over to you, Zeus. And I'm gonna form lightning between my hands in a what's called a witch bolt and try and lance it at the
Absolutely.
At what level?
dragon. Can I do higher level?
Yeah, of course you
Absolutely.
Let's go with 8th level. Why not?
can. An 8th level witch bolt.
That's 8d12.
Well, that's just showing off.
No, if it
I might
hits
miss with it. So
Yeah.
I got 21 to hit.
Well, you didn't hit it.
No!
An 8th level witch bolt sears out from your hands. Normally you'd be able to hold this and keep shooting at it while the entire time you can hold your check, but no, you just miss it.
And so
It's a dragon, mate.
No, I know, but what the hell?
It has an armor class of 22. It's a dragon, mate.
in a
Short
tense
by
situation,
1.
Zeus, we're gonna have to go with that again. I'm gonna use a quicken spell to do as a bonus action and do exactly the same thing.
Do it, man. You do it.
Yes.
And I get lower.
Oh,
No!
nothing. No dice, ironically. Right, it is Candle's turn. I love Candle. She's brilliant. Candle uses telekinesis to grab all of the pieces of the tablet in front of her and picks them up and moves them away. She also quickens spell, much like the sorcerer herself.
You
And
can only focus on one thing at a time.
she's using an area effect to grab all of them.
Okay.
At which point she uses quicken spell. How would I describe this from the outside? She disappears completely with the tablet pieces.
Well, that's a pain in the hook.
Right. I know to make some very quick dice rolls. I apologise, guys. It's all happening. She has stopped time. Her ninth level spell.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Yep.
It's just gonna be these tablets are just gonna disappear. And we'll be like, oh shit.
Sorry, she's
If she does this, I'm holding her city to ransom, and I'm going to bring it crashing to the ground.
Oh, okay. That's really awful. Right.
Roll or what she said, 'cause both probably.
I don't care about this world.
This is
Fuck it all!
She reappears. She reappears above you. She is floating towards the crack in the sky. She is levitating. All of her hair has fallen out because wild magic, and she is now a fox creature sans hair.
Oh. Oh.
I can't describe how awful that looks.
Kill it with fire.
I could try that.
Her telekinesis spell appears continuous, and she is now carrying these pieces sort of like this, with her hair molting around her as she flies towards the crack. She's about halfway there. 'Cause she got 3 turns worth of movement because the time stopped. that is her action. But now, poor Dame the Bright, what are you going to do to these people?
Series of regrets as I stand.
A series of
on his nose.
regrets. I need.
A series of regrets
As
that
soon
I
as we
forgot
get to my
I
next
didn't do.
I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw first, please.
Is this him against being frightened?
Yes.
I have advantage because I have halfling bravery.
26.
Cool.
I am wise beyond my years.
15.
15. 5.
Modified 20.
Modified 20.
Where do we get these people?
14. Who rolled above a 21?
Oh, wait, what? What? Wait, whoa. Wait a minute.
Can I spend a key point to re-roll this?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait a minute.
cool.
I'm being punished for being too
No.
wise.
Got
No.
inspiration as well, don't forget.
No.
You've got an
Oh, I had
inspiration,
inspiration
which is
to it.
a D12.
I passed.
I got
Excellent.
26.
You two are the only ones not terrified shitless by this gigantic dragon as it roars and the entire chamber around you shakes. You hear the crystals above you bouncing together. Whereas Jürgen's fine. Galbert's fine, I guess.
Halfling brave.
Halfling brave. Wishes he weren't. Galbert, what's your armor class?
21.
I know.
Oh
Will a 35 hit you?
no. Oh, sweet. Yeah, it will hit.
Good.
That hits me twice.
You take 20 points of slashing damage as it just reaches up and flicks you off its nose. You go flying into a corner as that's the first attack. It still has 2 more. And Candle rolled a 1, so she is freaking terrified of this thing. It reaches up to her with the pieces and goes, I think those are mine. Its first swipe is a natural 1. So it only has its bite left. It reaches out to bite her. God damn. Okay, that's just about enough. It rolled a 2, and it does add together with the plus 17 to hit.
Where was this roll a minute ago? Where were these rolls?
I know.
So the only way you'll miss is if you roll a 1. This
Yep.
sounds good. This sounds awesome.
That's exactly what
I'm really
happens.
happy about this day.
It's okay. I'm alright. I've got up to 8 or 9. I'm good.
Because our armor class is either 17 or lower, so it doesn't even have to roll.
guys, I think we're okay. I've got magic missile.
It bites her. She recoils, takes damage from it, is clearly very unhappy about this turn of events. It's all going wrong for everybody here. I know. The last thing we see in this one particular moment is the one remaining air elemental who wasn't crushed by this scenario going, ah! And just flying off and disappearing from this battle, terrified to death by the silver dragon that has awakened and that you are all going to have to work together to defeat. Hint. On that note, we're going to end this hour of Adventurers Wanted. Thank you so much, guys.
Round of applause.
Yeah. Naomi, see us out.
Right, okay, so
Sorry.
thanks very much for coming to 232nd hour of Adventures Wanted. We're here today and tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m, and then we're done. So if you want to come back at any point tomorrow and see where we end up, here's what I'll say. I'll come back at any point today. We'd be really happy to have you. Please tell people about us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, in person, all that good stuff. We are live streaming everything at twitch.tv/Adventures Wanted, or we uploading all of that to the Adventures Wanted YouTube page, which, if you want to
That's gonna be good
see
for the
that
next
230 hours of backstory, you know, it's there. Most of it's there. Also, we are live tweeting everything at at Adventures250 on Twitter. I'm just going to pass over to people who have things to plug outside the Fringe. Is the Fringe is almost over? I think it's just us.
Hi, my name is Oz, and I run a role-playing stream at twitch.tv/OzMills. The archive can be found at youtube.com/OzMills, and updates can be found at twitter.com/OzMills. The show is called Roll Out, and we aim to be inclusive by giving a voice to women and minorities in the role-playing space. There are cards that are currently on the floor. If you could put them on the chair just behind you at the end, that would be amazing, and feel free to come and watch us roleplay.
Does anyone else do anything outside of this?
No.
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 My
Not in
show's
my life.
finished, so I'm going home. Hooray!
I do this. I do a lot of this.
Yeah, we all do all of this.
I mean, I'm also a
being
theatre
our
PR, but
houses,
yeah.
So please switch out there. Thanks so much for coming. We do hope to see you again. Can we give these guys a round of applause?
Round of applause.
And you can use the door at the back. Thank you so much for coming. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.
Leo,
Thanks, guys.
how many spell points does level 18 caster have?
You have fun.
Yes, it's a small world.
Thank you, because I've currently got 70.